Namaskar, I am Prakash Astrologer. I am presenting you a very important topic, may I say the most important topic, Saturn's effect introduction. Planetary information about Saturn's Sadesati, Saturn's Dhaya, and how we determine the effect of Saturn's Sadesati and Dhaya. Saturn, out of 9 planets, is one of the most out of those 9 planets we have in the horoscope. Saturn is one of the most important planet which governs our profession, source of income. Does not matter what you do for living. You can be IT consultant, you can be self-employed, you can be in civil service, you can be a doctor, engineer, barrister, solicitor, banker. You can be a businessman. You can do anything professionally, but Saturn will always govern your profession. May I say your professional status, professional backing, your prestige, your honor, and your source of income development. When people are looking for professional opportunity, Saturn have to be supportive. Saturn have to be positive. When people are losing their job, that time Saturn support is not there. Whenever you get a new job, Saturn support is there. Whenever you achieve rising, Saturn support, Saturn boost factor is there. So every year we always determine Saturn's impact, may I say Saturn's effect, positive, negative, both, for each and every sign. For all of us, Saturn is the most important planet when it comes to profession, status, prestige, honor, power, authority, source of income, money, wealth. Saturn is important. Saturn for each and every year changing the effect. This year on 2nd of November, may I say since 2nd of November 2014 at 15:25:23, Saturn, which was occupied in Libra, traveling in Libra, left Libra and entered into Scorpio till 26th of January 2017. Saturn will be in Scorpio since 2nd of November 2014 till 26th of January 2017. This is the important phase for all of us, for all the 12 signs. From 14th of March 2015 till 1st of August 2015, Saturn will be retrograded. From 2nd of August 2015, Saturn will become normal till 24th of March 2016. Again, from 25th of March 2016 till 7th of April 2016, Saturn will be retrograded again. In reality, whenever Saturn becomes retrograded, then it creates an impact or effect more destructively. Inflation will be on rising, economy will fluctuate, it will affect planetary position regarding source of income, professional backing, and same experience we can feel when the Mars becomes retrograded. Whenever the Mars becomes retrograded, it can create an impact on the temperament, confidence, behavior, attitude. In reality, whenever Saturn and Mars become retrograded, then the effect of these planets become more destructive. Saturn can affect international economy. Mars can create a major impact on international political temperament. But personally, Saturn's effect can be on person's profession, status, prestige, source of income. And Mars impact can be on person's behavior, conduct, temperament. And whenever Mercury, Jupiter, Venus become retrograded, so these are positive planets, then effect will be more positive, more active, more creative. Now we're going to talk about Saturn Sadesati. Sadesati means 7.5 years. Sadesati for the signs we have to calculate this coming year. Saturn Sadesati will be for Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius. These are three signs: Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius. These are three signs which can be under the effect of Saturn Sadesati. Now we comes to Saturn's Dhaya. Dhaya lasts for 2.5 years. That's we call Dhaya. Dhaya's effect will be coming year 2015 for Aries and Leo. Saturn's Sadesati and Saturn's Dhaya's effect will be different for person to person, for horoscope to horoscope. Its effect can never be the same. Two Aries people, two Virgo people, two Libra people have a Saturn Sadesati, but the effect can be different. For example, if Saturn owns your Lagna, Saturn can only be on your Lagna if your Lagna means rising sign have to be Capricorn or Aquarius, or Saturn on your 5th house or 9th house. 5th house, house of creativity, 9th house is a house of luck. Or Saturn can be exalted, Saturn in Libra, or Saturn can be debiliated, Saturn can be Aries, or Saturn on the own sign in your horoscope means Saturn is in Aquarius or Capricorn, or Saturn in a combination with good planet, like Saturn can be combination Saturn Venus are together, Saturn Mercury are together, Saturn Venus Mercury are together. Then Sadesati's negative effect or Dhaya's negative effect will be far more less as compared to normal. If Saturn owns your 5th house or your Lagna or your 9th house, or Saturn is exalted in your own horoscope, Saturn's effect of Sadesati or Dhaya's effect can be far less than normality. Let me define you. What is Saturn Sadesati? Saturn Sadesati, when this particular position of Saturn will start, when Saturn acquire 12th house from your moon sign, then Sadesati is supposed to start from that point. Regarding Saturn Sadesati and Dhaya, moon sign is the only sign which will play a major role. None of the sun sign or rising sign, no. Saturn's transit for each sign or every sign is 30 months, 2.5 years. Saturn travel around 12 houses of the horoscope, whole horoscope, in 29 years, 10 months, 15 days, almost may I say 30 years. For each and every sign, 30 months. There are 12 houses in the horoscope. There are 12 signs existing in the horoscope. So each sign and each house, Saturn have to travel for 30 months. So 12 houses, 12 signs, calculation wise 29 years, 10 months, 15 days. During Sadesati, transit of Saturn, first 2.5 years Saturn acquired 12th house from the moon sign. Then when your Saturn acquired 12th house from the moon sign, Saturn's third aspect on the 2nd house, 7th aspect on the 6th house, 10th aspect on the 9th house. So what does that mean? It means Saturn will affect your financial backing, because second house belongs to flow of income, wealth, asset, savings. Sixth house belongs to health issue, trauma, disease, accident. Ninth house belongs to spirituality, traveling, rise in luck. The Saturn will affect your financial backing, your flow of income, your assets, your eyesight, your flow of income, your power in your speech. Saturn will spoil your relationship with your in-laws, creating a conflict with your in-laws, build up your stress level, too much running around, health issue linked with feet and legs. During Sadesati, after the period next 2.5 years, Saturn will change from the 12th house to Lagna, acquire moon sign itself. Then Saturn's third aspect on the third house, seventh aspect on the house of marriage relationship, seventh house, and 10th aspect on the house of profession. So Saturn will affect marriage relationship, health, attitude, conduct, relationship with siblings, communication gaps with the people, profession, status, prestige, business. Saturn will create impact on all these when Saturn is in Lagna. When Saturn acquires your moon sign from the Lagna, Saturn can be the most powerful regarding the position of Saturn and the effect of the Saturn. Saturn can create a major impact on the communication with the whole world, relationship with your family, your marriage relationship. Saturn will determine your status, your prestige, your professional status, your profession, your source of income. Saturn can create an impact in your prestige, in your profession and conduct, attitude. So Saturn, when acquire your moon sign from 12th house to the Lagna, Saturn can be at its peak. Effect will be highest. Saturn can be there, Saturn will be there for 2.5 years. Because in each sign, each house, Saturn stay always 2.5 years. So when the Sadesati started from the 12th house, then Lagna, then 5 years gone. After 5 years, Saturn acquires second house. During Sadesati, after this period, Saturn acquires second house from the moon sign, from the moon Lagna, is acquired that particular second house for 2.5 years. So Saturn third aspect on the fourth house. Fourth house means property, family comfort, peace of mind, family environment, family happiness, comfort, your private space. Saturn's seventh aspect on the eighth house. Eighth house is a house of death. Eighth house, house of trauma. And Saturn's 10th aspect from the second house, 11th house. 10th aspect on the 11th house. So Saturn can affect your source of income development. Second house position, when the Saturn Sadesati in the final phase, it will create affect your eyesight, flow of income, wealth, assets, name, fame. It can create a lot of impact on your family relationship, create a health issues, relationship with your in-laws, sudden happenings in the life. Out of a blue, you can go through an accident. So in total, Sadesati, when Saturn from your moon sign acquired 12th house, it will be there for 2.5 years. Then Lagna, moon sign Lagna, it will be there for 2.5 years. Then from Lagna to second house, Lagna means first house. From first house to second house, 2.5 years. So 2.5 years stay, 30-month stay for each and every sign, for each and every house. So 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. 12th house, Lagna means first house, second house. These three houses determine the Sadesati effect. 2.5 2.5, 7.5 years is called, we call it Sadesati. For example, if your moon sign is Aries, then Sadesati of Saturn will start when Saturn will acquire Pisces in your horoscope, in your moon sign horoscope. Then Saturn's Sadesati will start. It will carry on to travel through Aries, from Pisces to Aries, then final position will be Taurus. Pisces, if your moon sign is Aries, your Saturn will come to Pisces, then Sadesati will start. 2.5 years Pisces, then from Pisces to Aries, 2.5 years it will stay there. From Aries, 2.5 years gone, then final phase to Taurus. 2.5 years in Pisces, 2.5 years in Aries, 2.5 years in Taurus. So for Aries, Saturn's Sadesati will journey from Saturn's transit from Pisces, Aries, Taurus. Saturn's Sadesati can be good, it can create a bad effect, it can create a mixed effect, it can create a very unique effect. Saturn's Sadesati can create a very hard effects, tough, teach people a lot of lessons about their life, because Saturn in astrology is also a teacher. Teach you real sense. Sometimes you carry on living in some sort of a, may I say, in a cuckoo land, living in a box. Saturn will help you to come out from the box and face the reality. Saturn will scan every relationship, every position. It will scan through your structure. It will tell you what you not to do. It will tell you what you have to do. Saturn can be a teacher. So Saturn's Sadesati is a lot of learning experience for everyone. Saturn's Sadesati is good and bad effect will depend on constellations. Whenever Saturn's transit during its travel through its constellation, then Saturn's effect will depend on its relationship with its constellation. You have to understand there are 12 signs, 27 constellations and 9 planets. So when the Saturn is traveling through any sign, each and every sign divided into 2.25 constellation. Each sign is made of 2.25 constellation. So Saturn's Sadesati is good and bad effect is directly related to Saturn's relationship with its constellation during its travel. During Saturn's travel, it travels through its constellation of that particular sign. How Saturn's relationship with that particular constellation? Sometimes in intensive astrology is not based on sign, is based on, we'll go through more deep. Each sign made of 2.25 constellation. So we have to determine the effect of each and every constellation's relationship with Saturn. Each and every constellation's lord, either Saturn's relationship with that particular can be very friendly, or that constellation's lord with Saturn's relationship can be full of animosity. From that we determine the effect of Sadesati. So it's very basic. Saturn during Sadesati travel into 3 houses. 12th house, Lagna, 2nd house. If you're Aries, your Sadesati will start when the Saturn acquire Pisces. From Pisces to traveling to Aries, from Aries to Taurus. These 3 signs, 3 houses, 7.5 years. For each sign, Saturn will acquire for 2.5 years. That is the lease position for 2.5 years for each sign. And Saturn's effect or Saturn's Sadesati's effect is directly relationship between Saturn and the constellation's lord. If the constellation's lord is friendly, because each sign is made of 2.25 constellation. If constellation's lord is friendly, Saturn's Sadesatis will be fine. If the constellation's lord is have an animosity with Saturn, Saraswati will create an adverse effect. To find out what's the degree of the moon sign during transit of Saturn, during traveling of Saturn, when Saturn comes on the same degree, then Saraswati will start. Number 2, what's the relationship of Saturn with moon sign of the person? Mean friendship, or are they neutral, or moon sign and Saturn have a relationship like a enemy relationship, animosity. 3, where is moon in the Janam Kundli from the Lagna? That is very important. Where is moon in the horoscope, in the Janam Kundli from the Lagna? That will hold the key feature or key figure. Number 4, is your moon sign is one Saturn sign, like you are Capricorn regarding your moon sign, or you are Aquarius regarding your moon sign. 5, there are 5 points. What's the relationship of your moon sign's constellation with Saturn's transit's constellation? Are they friendly? Are they neutral? Or do they have animosity with each other? That can determine the effect of Saraswati. Now we're going to talk about Dhaya. Dhaya of Saturn means 2.5. Whenever Saturn acquires 4th house from the moon sign, or the 8th house from the moon sign, then Saturn's Dhaya begins. And Dhaya will only last 2.5 years. Dhaya only creates impact for 30 months, 2.5 years. From your moon sign's Kundli, from the moon Lagna, when the Saturn acquires the 4th house in your moon horoscope, or the 8th house, the Dhaya will start, but only lasts for 2.5 years. Whenever Saturn acquires 4th house during Dhaya, then Saturn's 3rd aspect will be on the 6th house, the house of disease, conflict, enemies, house of debts, trauma as well, and Saturn's 7th aspect on the house of profession, 10th house, house of status, prestige, house of career, action, house of father, and Saturn's 10th aspect from the 4th house is on Lagna. Lagna represent health. Lagna represent name, fame, recognition. Lagna represent attitude, conduct, behavior. Due to this, there will be a financial losses, change of place regarding residence. May I say, health issue linked with mother, comfort of a new property, buying a new property, acquiring a new property. At the same time, going through a penalty or court case or legal battle or legal issues or theft, deception, loss due to theft or deception, going through some sort of an accident or going through a traumatic accident, loss of car. Car can be written off. But whenever Saturn acquires 8th house during Dhaya, then Saturn's 3rd aspect will be on the 10th house, the house of profession, and Saturn's 3rd aspect on the house of profession. Your profession represent status, prestige, honor, and from Saturn acquired 8th house, Saturn's 7th aspect straight to 2nd house, house of flow of income, wealth, assets, power, speech, savings, and Saturn's 10th aspect on 5th house. 5th house belongs to creativity, birth of a child. If you are already married, house of children. If you are not married, young, house of education. How creative you are, what's your common sense, romantic life, examination, result, all those things. That can be create a lot of effect by Saturn's 8th house position. Saturn in the system of time, Saturn represents action, karma, action which represent your profession, a profession which gives you source of income, a profession which gives you prestige, a profession which gives you honor, status, prestige, a profession which can be a base of your financial backing. Saturn represents your action, your karma. Saturn's form in astrology is old age. Saturn looks like an old man. Saturn, regarding the attitude or nature of Saturn, is very rude, very stubborn, lazy. Which metal Saturn represents? Steel. Taste-wise, Saturn represented by bitter, very bitter. Elementary, Saturn belongs to air. Which number represents Saturn? Number 8. When it comes to family relationship, Saturn represents paternal uncle. Paternal uncle means chacha or taya. Saturn's father in astrology, in astro world, Lord Sun. Saturn's brother, big brother, is Lord Yamaraj. Saturn's stone, blue sapphire. Saturn's day, Saturday. Which direction represented by Saturn? West direction. And your west belong to Saturn. In astrology, Saturn is a lord of Capricorn and Aquarius. Saturn owns your 10th house and 11th house in the horoscope, but Saturn governs 8th house as well. It doesn't own the 8th house, but governs the 8th house. In Indian astrology, Saturn acquires a unique position in 7th house in your horoscope. Saturn's position can be very unique when Saturn acquires 9th house. Saturn position can be dignified when Saturn acquires 10th house in the horoscope. When Saturn acquires 11th house, Saturn acquires 12th house. Let me explain to you a bit more. Whenever Saturn acquires the 7th house, it can make you super rich. When Saturn acquires 9th house, it can make you property developer. You can own multiple properties. You can own a multiple of 3 property. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 30 or 300. Make sure Saturn should be supported in the 9th house. Whenever Saturn acquires 10th house, either you are 7 times high in your professional world or 7 feet below. No compromise in the middle. As longer, if you are dealing with yourself, if you're leading a life of discipline, sincerity, honesty, and you're a very, very hardcore disciplined person, Saturn in 10th house will give you sky, power, authority, wealth, name, fame, establishment. But at the same time, you have to be extremely disciplined, very sincere, very honest with yourself. And you have to be hardcore, shrewd. What is right, what is wrong. Then it will work for you. Saturn in 11th house, very powerful position. Between the age of 40 to 45, either you will Saturn have ability to change all the soil into gold, or all gold will convert into soil. Nothing in the middle. If you led the life, if you're going to lead the life with discipline, honor, sincerity, spirituality, all the soils around you will convert into gold. If you led a life of a loose person's life, then whole gold will convert into soil. Saturn in 12th house will give you multiple assets, multiple properties. Make you property developer, something dignified, unique. Taste-wise, Saturn represents sharp taste, sharp, bitter. Saturn gets exalted in Libra at 20 degrees. Saturn gets debilitated in Aries at 20 degrees. Saturn owns Capricorn and Aquarius. Saturn's friendship with Venus, Mercury and Rahu. But Saturn and Rahu can be a very lethal combination. Very positive and extremely negative. But first 36 years of the life can be very demanding. Saturn will be Rajokarak, have to be Raj Yoga Karak, means royal status creator for Taurus and Libra. Saturn's animosity is always there with Sun, Moon, Mars. Saturn and Moon, Saturn and Sun, Saturn and Mars. Sun and Saturn, Venus will be destroyed automatically. Moon and Saturn create a major impact on married life. It will create a Vish Kanya Yoga or Vish Putra Yoga. Mars and Saturn, it will create a deception, financial deception, make you bankrupt through deception. You can be deceived in the daylight, and marriage relationship can be a total fraud. Somebody take you for a good ride. Saturn's time of the day, whole night, dark day, absolute dark day belong to Saturn. Whole night belong to Saturn. Saturn's day is Saturday. Saturn represents karma, lifespan, health issues, death, crisis, trauma, grief, hard work, service to the mankind, profession, career, merchant, heirs, oil, petrol, steel merchants, political status, contractor, machinist, foundry, chemist, tea merchants. Race Saturn will give you dignified status, dignified prestige, dignified prestigious financial backing, huge financial gain, huge lump sum, lot of honor, comforts of beautiful cars, comforts of farmland, independent profession, comforts of the life. So race Saturn will give you comfort of this world, wealth of this world. You name it, you'll have it. That is Saturn. That is raised and positive Saturn. When it comes to negative Saturn, it will create a loss of money, bankruptcy, no money, penniless, financial trauma, grief due to financial backing, grief and trauma due to lack of money, no achievement, domestic conflicts due to financial backing, domestic argument due to lack of money, health issues, legal punishment, public humiliations. When it comes to health issue regarding Saturn, all the joint pain, rheumatism, arthritis, any issue linked with cough, breathing, eyesight, skin, pain in the body, issue related to your feet, legs, stomach problems, muscle sprains, muscle problem, muscle disease, skin rash, limping, baldness, and you're losing all your hairs. These health issues linked with Saturn. Now we come to the educational career. Which educational belong to Saturn? All the fields of engineering, technology, architect, geology, gemology, metallurgy, tantric, tantra. Mantras for Saturn. The fundamental chanting for Saturn. First one, Om, Karim, 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 Hom, 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 Harim, 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 Dakshine Kalike, Dakshine Kalike, Dakshine Kalike, Harim, 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 Hom, 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 Karim, Karim, Om. The one of the key chanting for Saturn, which a lot of people knew about, a lot of people wanted to practice. Om Shanno Devi Rabhishtai Apo Bhavantu Pitai Shamyor Bhistravantu Na. Om Om Shanno Devi Rabhishtai Apo Bhavantu Pitai Shamyor Bhistravantu Na. Om. One of the unique finest chant for Saturn is Om Ravam Ravim Ravom Sa Bhur Bhave Swahe Om Shanno Devi Rabhishtai आपो भवन्तु पीताय शमयोर्भिस्त्रवन्तु न ओम स्वहे भुवे भूर ओम सह रवोम रवीम रवाम ओम शनिश्चराय नमः. This is the very finest chanting because Saturn belongs to Sun. Saturn is, may I say, Lord Sun's son. But Sun and Saturn, due to the attitude problems, they never get along with each other. Sun represents light, Saturn represents darkness. Sun represents positive, creative, dynamic energy. Saturn represents grumpiness, sadness. But both have its own role in this whole universe to play, very unique one. So that's why we use the key chanting, the code word Ravam, Ravim, Rabom. Next chanting. Om Sham Shanischaraye Namah. Om Sham Shanischaraye Namah. Now Saturn's Gayatri. Om Krishnangaye Vidmahe Raviputraye Dhimahi Tanno Surya Prachodayat. Om Krishnangaye Vidmahe Raviputraye Dhimahi Tanno Surya Prachodayat. This is a Saturn's Gayatri. Which age group Saturn can be the most effective in the life? Saturn's effect will start from the age of 36 till the age of 42. From the age of 36 till 42, Saturn can be most effective, dynamic, active, creative. If Saturn is positive in the horoscope, you will achieve rising in this particular phase from your age of 36 till 42. Those years can be glorious years. If Saturn, by default of luck, Saturn could be very negative or destructive. Between your age of 36 to 42 years, those years can be the harshest years, very harsh years, very tough years. Saturn will create a major effect on financial backing. Saturn Sadesati in everybody's life have three different phases. Saturn Sadesati is 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. That's 3 phases in 7.5 years. But in anyone's life, we all see Saturn minimum 3 times. When Saturn Sadesati comes during your childhood, it will give you health problems, make your parents' life very, very tough regarding financial backing, professional backing. Saturn Sadesati can affect your parents' existence as well, but make your life very tough. It will give you a lot of skin problems, health problems. It can health problem linked with skin or lungs or joints or operation after operation. That is your childhood. When you are a young man or young person or young woman and you are under the effect of Saturn Sadesati, that Sadesati will go through a lot of struggle, physical and mental both. Those 7.5 years can be very demanding, but that struggle will convert into success and you will learn the hardcore part of your life during that struggle. You will learn about your family relationship, you learn about money, you learn about profession, you learn about hard work. You learn about on which person you can rely, on which person you can't rely. Because Saturn will scan everything around you. Saturn is not going to, it doesn't favor anybody. Everybody, every relationship, everything will have to be scanned. Sometimes we're living on a cuckoo land. It will crush the cuckoo land world. It says, come on guys, Let's face the reality. This is reality. This is real world. Don't live in any assumptions and expectations. Reality-wise, nothing. This is real. You have to deal with it. So please get your act together and work hard. That is Saturn. When Saturn Sadhisati will come in your life at the old age. Old age means Saturn Sadhisati. More than 70% effect will happen on your health. 30% family relationship and financial backing. But most impact will carry on your health. Health is supposed to go down. So 3 phases in our life will go through that. And each phase have a different phenomena. Childhood, it will create an impact on your health, parents' existence, parents' financial backing. When you're young, it will teach you lessons, one after another. It will give you struggle. It will make you somebody who believes in hard work. It will take you out from your comfort zone. Saturn will tell you, come on, pull up your socks. Time to work on. Don't live in cuckoo land. And you will learn a lot about the life, about the profession, about your career, and give you a habit of working hard. That is Saturn. Old age, major impact on the health, especially your walking, your breathing, your lungs, your energy level, and your family relationship and financial backing. There's a third phase. So every phase, Saturn will create an effect. Yes, whenever you learn Saturn Sadhisati is going to start, my best advice for you, be prepared and do something about it. You're not here as spectator. We are not spectators. No. We are all here actors. We have to get our act together. We've got to act. We've got to play our role. That's the only aim I have for you guys. Whatever you learn, if the Saturn is not right, don't wait and watch. And don't look at the sky, oh God help me. God gave you wisdom, knowledge, ability. Yes, achieve something, do something about it. Not wait or expecting, only expectation won't take you anywhere. If you realize Saturn is not positive, do something about it. That is Saturn's attitude. Let's get up and do. Not expecting something or waiting for something. No. Saturn means karma, action. And Saturn means discipline. Saturn means rely on yourself, not anybody else. And you got to play your role. You got to play your part. Without action, without karma, nothing will be there. That is pure Saturn. So Saturn's Dhaya is there for 2.5 years. Saturn Sadhisati is there for 7.5 years. So Saturn have 3 aspects: 3rd, 7th, 10th. Wherever the Saturn occupy in acquiring any house, Saturn 3 aspects are always there. 3 drishtis we call it. You look at from various position at the 3rd place, 7th house, 3rd house, 10th house. For example, Saturn in your Lagna, it will create 100% effect on your 3rd house. It will create 100% effect on the 7th house and give its drishti or aspect on the 10th house. 3rd house, 7th house and 10th house will be affected positively, negatively. Yes. So whenever you have to counter the Saturn, be prepared. Physically, through task, counter it. Spiritually, through chanting, counter it. Spiritually, through tantra, counter it. Sort it out with planets, position, counter it. Wearing a ring or stones, counter it. But you got to work on this one. You can't take Saturn with a loose attitude. No, not at all. For each and every sign, Saturn is very important. because Saturn governs profession. Whoever you are, Aries or Pisces or Virgo or Libra or Leo or Cancer, doesn't matter. Profession for all of us is very important. Source of income for all of us is most important. We cannot live beyond our means, not at all. So, profession, source of income, status, prestige, honor, stability, which will give us financial freedom, professional freedom, governed by Saturn. So how important is that for you? You have to know, and you must know, and you already knew about it. So let's work on it. Thanks for watching my Saturn's effect or Saturn's transit for each and every horoscope, for each and every sign. If you are new to my channel, then please do subscribe. If you have enjoyed this video, then please do give it a like, and if you have any comments, suggestions regarding our contents or forecast, please leave me a comments below. I'll be more than happy and ever so grateful for your response and for your comments. And wish you all the best. Wish you all the best for 2015 for health, happiness, harmony, and great success. I'll be back very soon with a lot more contents. And don't forget to become a subscriber. Thank you. Bye-bye.